Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 78 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. First, I should check the Monokuma file. The victim is the ultimate inventor, Miu Iruma. The body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor. Approximate time of death is 6:30 a.m. There are no external wounds on the body. No external wounds. Killed around 6:30 in the morning. The time of death happened 30 minutes before now, while we were still in the virtual world. Kokichi, what do you want? You don't have to be so wary of me. It's not like I'm gonna get in your way, Shuichi. It's just, I hate lies so much that I tend to suspect others a lot. Kaito said he wouldn't team up with you for this case, but I can't trust those words.
So that means...
That's why I'm keeping an eye out, just in case he tries to bother you. Keeping an eye out?
It's true!
Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaito as your partner, okay?
Alright!
But I'll help you as much as I can. So, where are you gonna investigate now? What is he up to? Why is he following me? Monokuma File 4 has been added to Truth Bullet section of your Modipad. Alright, let's start over here. There's a small bottle on this chair. Let's have a look at it. There's something on the seat. It's a small bottle. I feel as though I've seen this before.
Oh?
This is yours, right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Mine? No, I guess it's not yours, but it is from your lab. That's right. This was in the Ultimate Detective's lab.
Right?
Yeah, it's that poison. So you know about this, Kokichi? Of course, cause I already checked it. We are in a killing game, you know. If there's poison and tricks prepared, then of course I'd investigate them ASAP. Is that... Oh, it's not so I can use them. I check in case someone else uses them. Is that really true?
By the way...
Did you see the label on the back of this bottle? The label? According to the warnings here, this poison is pretty lethal. It becomes neutralized once it's mixed, so it has to be taken directly. But when it's taken directly, the victim will immediately die, even if they only sip a bit. Which means, if you could get the victim's mouth open, you could kill them instantly. I can't imagine a better method of killing someone who's logged in.
By the way...
I should tell you what symptoms this poison causes. It causes a small blood vessel under the conjunctiva to explode, which makes the whites of your eyes turn blood red. Bloodshot eyes. That's important information. Well, that's everything about this poison. Am I doing a good job? Maybe it's time you acknowledge me as your partner.
No.
I thought I remembered you saying that you didn't want to be my partner. Did I? Well, sometimes I lie without thinking about it.
Huh?
Seriously?
Anyway...
Who brought this poison? Do you think the culprit did it? Who brought the poison? I can't be certain yet. But I do know that the poison was left on that person's chair. Small bottle of poison has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your Monopad. Alright, next, let's look at the visor that's just here behind Samugi. This is the device we wore on our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, others have them removed. I'm positive that they were unplugged after logging out. That's it, the cords. We were supposed to plug the two cords from the computer into our helmets. The red for consciousness and the blue for memory. If you got those mixed up... Out of curiosity, what happens if you switch the cords? I don't know, I've never done that before. Probably gets all glitchy or something. Maybe you'll become a vegetable. Maybe you'll body swap with someone, who knows? A glitch. Device instructions has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your Monopad. Alright, next, let's go to Miu's body all the way on the left. Miu's hands are clasped around her neck, as if she was gasping for air. Her eyes are wide open in panic. She must have suffered quite a bit.
Wow!
Ew, that is one grody face. Miu must have suffered a lot. A vulgar death fit for a vulgar bitch.
Hey,
Stop, Kokichi. Even if you're joking, that's too far.
It's nothing.
You're right. You should never speak ill of the dead, no matter how much you hated them.
Right?
Even if she was a despised, pathetic, dirty toilet of a person. I suppose I'll never get Kokichi to change. But what's Miu's cause of death? It doesn't say in the Monokuma file. May I wanted to let you know, just in case it turns out to be a clue.
By the way.
I was the first one to log out and find Miu's body. She was still wearing the helmet, and her body was contorting into this awful position. Miu logged out after I did, and she helped me take... Sorry, Maki logged out after I did, and she helped me take Miu's helmet off. And then, she was gone. Is that a confession? How is that a confession? Anyway, the question is the cause of death. What caused her to suffer like this? Miu's corpse has been added to the truth board section of your monopad. Alright, next we're gonna go to talk to everyone. So let's start with Monotaro actually.
Mommy!
Okay, Himiko. I never thought Miu would be killed. When I saw her avatar dead, not moving, I thought maybe, but...
You're right.
That's right. You saw that Miu's avatar in the virtual world had stopped moving. Me, Kibo, and Maki all found her avatar.
Hey!
Can you tell me more about that? Any details? We were looking for the secret of the outside world at the chapel.
Hey!
Miu was too, right?
No.
Miu volunteered to look around the outside of the chapel, so she wasn't with us. Miu volunteered to look around outside? We searched, but we couldn't find anything. Then, right when we were starting to get tired, all of a sudden, we heard a really loud sound outside. That must be the sound I heard as well. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel really hard. We felt it all the way from inside. Something hitting the chapel wall. So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Miu's avatar. That's when you went to log out, to check Miu's real body, correct?
But
When we went to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason. Then while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up.
Thank you.
I see. Thank you. That testimony sounded important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river. Because if they weren't able to cross, then no one could have gone between the mansion and the chapel. Then this helps us narrow down the people who could have come into contact with Miu. Who could have come into contact with Miu at the chapel? Events of the chapel has been added to the truth board section of my pad. Alright, let's go to Gonta.
Hey,
Gonta, are you alright?
you're so dumb.
Are you still depressed about Miu? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer.
By the way,
Oh, Gonta, I want to know what you think. Rare, I know, but who do you think is the culprit?
Gonta don't know.
Gonta, not no. Murder already happened when Gonta wake up.
How this happened?
But why this happen? Why Miu killed? Gonta not understand. Gonta not understand anything.
How can this be?
But Gonta frustrated and sad. Gonta no could protect Miu. He seems all over the place right now. Ah man, he can't think at all when he's like this.
It's true.
But Gonta doesn't seem to be lying. I'm pretty sure he's telling us the truth. Well, I guess a big dum-dum like Gonta doesn't have the brains to lie in the first place.
Hey,
Don't talk about him like that.
I'm disappointed.
I'm so disappointed in you, Gonta. When I first met you, I thought you'd be more useful.
Sorry. Gonta, idiot.
Gonta, so sorry. Gonta, sorry he no could protect Miu. Gonta,
Hey,
if you feel that bad about it, then stop blaming yourself. Help us find the culprit instead. This is the culprit's fault anyway, so pull yourself together and help us, okay? Oh, okay. Gonta, understand.
Gonta do his best.
To find culprit, Gonta definitely do his best this time.
Yeah.
Yep, now that's the spirit. Now Kokichi's encouraging him? I really don't know what Kokichi's thinking. Alright, let's move on to Kaito.
That's right.
Shuichi, I gotta explain. just so you don't misunderstand. Explain what? You're talking about how you logged out by yourself, right? Okay, let's hear it then.
What?
Why are you...
Yeah.
Feel free to lie, of course. Exposing lies is the real pleasure of this game, after all.
Don't screw around.
Huh? What?
Hey.
Kaito, just ignore him and talk to me, okay?
I mean,
About the whole logging out thing, I don't really get it myself. When I was looking for the secret of the outside world on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. I was suddenly sucked in, and before I knew it, I was logged out. The same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How did that happen on the roof? And what happened after you logged out? Everyone else was still logged in, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to log back in. So I just went back to my room and slept. Since it was dawn, I was pretty tired. And the body discovery announcement woke you. Yeah, that's right. I heard it and rushed back here.
hey.
Do you remember what condition Miu's body was in when you logged out?
My bad.
Nah, I didn't pay attention to that, so I don't know. You didn't notice anything wrong? Like whether she was dead or not? Like I said, I don't know! Okay, sorry, so I just need to object to the contradiction in that testimony, right?
Don't screw around.
I said I'm not lying. Tell him, Shuichi.
Shuichi.
No, Shuichi. In order to find the truth, you can't be biased. Kaito's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your notepad. Hey, we leveled. Fantastic. Alright, let's talk to Monofani.
Hey, Monotaro, what's going on with you? This place is upsetting my stomach. No, you're endangering our entire existence as mascot characters.
Monotaro.
Okay, Maki's next. Maki was working on the computer, her hand moving the mouse around rapidly. You know how to work that computer, Maki?
Nope.
No, not really. I've never used this program before either. I see. I imagine that it would be difficult to understand unless you were an expert.
Well,
But I did find the text file regarding this program. It has info about the program's basic features, but other than that, there's not much. So what did it say? If you don't want to tell me, at least tell it to Shuichi. According to this text file, the Killing Game Simulator used a certain program as the base. It's called Neo World Program. Neo World Program? Never heard of it.
well,
In this Killing Game Simulator, objects can't break. Your body's 5 senses are connected to your avatar, and your avatar cannot be harmed. But any damage inflicted on your avatar will be transferred to your body in the real world. That matches what Miu told us.
that's true.
If your avatar receives fatal damage, then your real body will die from shock. From shock? This is the first time we're hearing about this. If someone receives a fatal injury in the virtual world, then they die in the real world. Well, your 5 senses are connected, so it makes sense you'd feel the same amount of pain.
Right.
So it wouldn't be too surprising if you died from the fatal injury.
Oh,
But the more important question is, why did Miu keep such an important detail a secret? That is strange. I have no idea why she wouldn't mention such an important detail. Did she hide that from us on purpose?
Well,
That's all it says about the virtual world's basic features. The rest of the virtual world is the same as the real world, including the laws of physics. Warps and special transportation like mounts do not exist.
I see.
So you can only move around using your avatar.
Oh, boy.
She should have added warps and mounts to the virtual world. That's all it says in this text file.
Thank you.
Maki, that was very helpful. Killing Game Simulator has been added to the Truth Bullet section of Mopad. But is the info in this text file correct?
what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Nuh-uh.
I'm not doubting you or anything, Maki, but I'm just saying that file could have been rewritten. It's possible someone rewrote the original info with false info, you know.
But
But to determine that, you would need extensive knowledge of computers.
It's my time to shine.
This looks like a job for me.
Huh?
What? Huh?
Stop it.
Don't get in our way. I won't get in the way. In fact, I want you to let me help with the investigation.
Help with the investigation? Monotaro, what are you saying?
Hey,
Come on, please. Won't you let me help with the investigation? Ever since I forgot I'm bad with computers, I'm good with computers now.
What are you talking
That
about?
logic doesn't make any sense.
You can't, Monotaro. We're not allowed to help the participants. As mascots, we gotta stick to that rule.
I don't care.
I don't give a fart about the rules. I want to help everyone. I want to avenge my dead mommy.
Huh?
Your mommy? You mean Miu?
No, Monotaro, you've forgotten again. You've forgotten that she's not our mother.
I want you.
And you've forgotten about the important person you need to protect.
Shut up, you pig. I'm busy avenging mommy's death.
Yeah, how sad, but it looks like this is goodbye. I love you, but there's someone I need to protect. Goodbye.
So long. Farewell.
Those guys are so weird. Alrighty then, let's do this. Do what?
So what?
I don't care either way. If you want to help, then that's fine. True, I suppose, but
Thanks.
I'll do my best for mommy's sake.
No.
Wait, perhaps we should... He's doing his best for his dead mommy. I'm so touched. Wah, Luigi. Alright, fine. I'll leave it to you then. I suppose I have no choice.
All right.
I'll start analyzing the computer right away.
This stinky little computer is no match for my hands.
Yeah. His hands are going at such an intense speed that the friction is creating fire.
All right.
I've already analyzed a few things. Already?
Okay.
The text file is consistent with the original program. It doesn't look like it was altered.
Yay.
Also, I found this too.
Is this?
This looks like the information of when everyone logged in and out.
Okay.
There's no sign that this was altered either. It's definitely accurate information.
Hey.
Could you show it to me? It really does have everyone's login and log out times recorded.
Well,
Aside from you, everyone has logged in and out once.
You're right.
Then it would appear that no one secretly logged out and then logged back in. Then my main concern becomes Kaito. He logged out ahead of us. No, it couldn't be him. Login, logout record has been added to the truthful section of your monopad. Also, there is something else I noticed while I was analyzing the program.
So,
It looks like some parts of the program were rewritten. The program's been rewritten? Obviously, Miu was the only person capable of doing that. So which files did she rewrite and what did she change?
okay.
I'll analyze that, of course, but it's gonna take a little time.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's done by the class trial, then Shuichi will be able to avenge Miu. He's just saying whatever he pleases.
All right.
And I'm keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. You're so reliable.
that's true.
Yeah, way more than you. Alright, we'll talk to Kokichi. He's standing right there. Can you believe Monotaro is on our side now? And all for his recently deceased mommy. I'm so touched, I can't stop crying. The Mono Cubs loved her so much. I'll never forgive the culprit who killed Miu. Let's go to Kibo. I've been wondering, what was this secret of the outside world that we were searching for anyway? That's true. We got sidetracked by Miu's murder case. We never discovered what that secret actually was. We couldn't find anything at the chapel, and you found nothing at the mansion, right? No, Tsumugi and I didn't find anything.
My bad.
I didn't find anything either. That's probably the same with Kaito and Gonta too, right?
Right?
And knowing them, if they had found something, they would have told us right away.
Yeah.
Yes, they would have, unlike you.
Whoa.
Wow, Shuichi, did you hear that? The robot's being sassy with me.
That's so mean.
Did you know robots don't need warm blood to function? So they become cold like this. That's why he's more concerned about the secret of the outside world than poor Miu. He told us he couldn't cry even if he wanted to. He went so far to stage a dramatic reaction.
That's wrong.
Excuse me. That's not true. I'm hoping we can discover the truth too. You're a pretty advanced robot. You can be sassy and make excuses. Alright, and finally we'll talk to Tsumugi, and that should pretty much cover today's episode.
It ended up like this after all. I had a bad feeling ever since I thought I saw Miu from the dining room window.
You thought you saw Miu?
Yeah, I told Shoichi about it. There's a small window in the dining room. Maybe 10 minutes ago I looked through it, and I thought I saw Miu.
So you saw Miu then?
I thought I must have been mistaken, since she should have been busy by the chapel.
You're only saying you were mistaken, so you don't have to feel as guilty.
What?
Huh?
Because...
If you had been positive it was Miu, then you could have done something sooner. You could have prevented her death, you know?
Hey,
That's just speculation, Kokichi. You can't judge in hindsight.
my bad.
Oh, we went a little off topic there. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. What did you do after you thought you saw Miu?
I thought I was mistaken, but it really bothered me, so about 10 minutes later I told Shuichi, and while we were talking about it...
Bang.
What? What was that sound?
It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but...
We heard a loud noise and rushed out into the entrance hall. For now, let's go outside and check.
Oh no!
What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
Keyboy's voice, huh? Wasn't he at the chapel? He was, but Tsumugi and I are positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because he shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and the mansion. Even Miu said that. Yeah, you can't hear anything at all while you're inside the map loading point.
I see.
You're right. The sound shouldn't reach through the map loading point. So how did we hear Kibo's voice? How were we able to hear Kibo at the mansion if he was at the chapel?
Maybe someone's lying.
What?
Lying?
Hey,
By the way, Kokichi, did you hear the loud noise or Kibo's voice at all? I'm not sure. I must have not noticed because I was too busy searching. You're lying to his face. Kaito. Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something? Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Shuichi's conversation. My conversation? You heard Kibo's voice when it should have been impossible. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, what I said before is pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened.
We saw Gonta as we left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. That's when we met up with Kokichi.
yeah.
And then we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it though? Did you notice anything? I suppose not.
But...
I see you working hard. It looks like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito. Alright, finally. That took a long time. Alright, so Mugi's account has been added, and loud noise has been added. Alright, I'm going to stop right here, and we'll continue next time. For now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 78 of Let's Battle Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. My name is Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.